Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. It's been a while. There would have been a video out a few days ago, depending on when this one comes out. Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday the 21st. To get you up to date, the video that came out last would have been from 10 days ago or something. Some updates. The fence postponed. We got a ton of rain. It's just been a hassle to, I'm not going to dig a hole through a pond. That's not really, that doesn't really help the process with the fence. So the fence got put on pause, but there has been a lot of stuff going on in the garage. So let's give you a quick scan. You could see a little bit of changes around. First thing I did is I had to make the decision that the gym pack, the pull-up bar dip station that I was just piling stuff around and not able to use because I kept covering it and stuff, had to go. Had to relocate that. It's waiting to be reassembled upstairs. That will get done hopefully soon. So took that out of this area, moved this electronics rack that was over there to here, back to back with the one that's the same. Then took the shelf that was over here in this corner and butted it up to the one that matches it here. And then this will all be a backstock sorting area. I also took this shelf, which I'm telling you, it almost fit perfectly here, but it missed by, I don't know, maybe a quarter of an inch, but probably an eighth of an inch where the door couldn't open. And I don't use that door. It's got insulation there to keep the heat out and the cold out, depending on the season. But I didn't want to have to move it again. And so I put it here because it's temporary anyways. It's just for sorting stuff and extra shelving when we're busy in the garage. And I say we because one of the other things that happened is Jen has fully come on board with listing. She was always good with taking the picture stuff. And basically it came down to, let me just finish the walk around real quick, just so we get, and then the last thing was I had this where I was keeping my junk. This was like a junk drawer shelf that we had that just had random gardening things and whatever. And I was able to reduce that down to a very small shelf and then take this one. So now this is shelf D. So we have a bunch more space because also, if you notice, the shelves are very full. So in this time that I've been away from making videos, Jen and I have been working very hard to get things listed. And so she came on board. I said, taking just the pictures, it's not getting us ahead. It's not moving us forward. It's making it more convenient for me, but it's not getting us forward. And so we decided, hey, let's just start slow, blah, 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 and figure out how to list for her. When I say figured out, it's not like the hard part's not actually listing a thing, going through the steps. Once you've listed 2 or 3 things, that's fine. It's pricing. That's the part that takes time and a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of pass and fail. But I assume that having someone with knowledge on hand within a foot of you to a couple feet of you to answer a question quickly, you don't got to watch hundreds of hours of YouTube videos to find the answer. I think that expedited the process and she's doing fantastic. I'm still checking every listing before it goes out, but I'm basically making sure things are filled out properly, mostly are. Checking title to make sure it's the way I personally like it, and adding keywords here, there, stuff like that. And then every once in a while, I'll have a question on a price, but overall, she's figured out how that works, and she's doing great. So it has major uptick in how much we can list, how quick we can list, and the reason that is because the listing doesn't stop. If I am packing orders, listings are going. If I am listing, more listings are going. If I'm outsourcing, listings are going. And the only reason this works out is because it's summer and our oldest daughter, she wants to make a little money, so she's doing some babysitting. She's 11, so, it's not really, she can't change a poopy diaper or anything like that, but I don't have to leave the garage 15 times a day, and mom doesn't have to be just sitting out there doing, fiddling on the phone and watching TV and stuff because there's a baby. Someone has to be there. Make sure she don't put things in her mouth. That's basically what it comes down to. Make sure your sister doesn't put anything in her mouth she can choke on. That's the extent of the babysitting. Mom and dad are out in the garage. If you need us, we are here. But it's been great. And actually, you know what? Let's bring this back too. It's time for tip of the day. And the tip of the day is, when you have a problem, complaining about it doesn't get you anywhere. And our problem that we had is summer lull for sales. Sales were tanking. Economic downturns. Markets crashing. Sales were tanking. You got recession on the horizon. You got cost of living going astronomical. So sales are tanking. Consumer goods are going down. It's not just an eBay thing. Consumer confidence report down. Consumer buying down. It's in all it's everything. I mean, people think it's very eBay centric because that's what they do. That's what they're on, but it's everything. So we can't force people to buy things. So the only way we had to combat this is not to just complain about it all the time. We had to figure out a way to list more items. We have to make up for the downturn in sales by adding volume. So we added, over the last 10 days or so since I made a video, we increased the volume in the store by about 10%. And I don't see that stopping anytime soon, except for the fact that we're running out of things to list. We'll never run out of books and albums. It seems like that's just going to be a forever. If there's nothing to list, we have stuff to list. Actually, I'm going to list some books today. But this stuff that you see on these two shelves, and this little bit of Tupperware right here, and these shoes that I still can't get the cigarette stink out of. 3 of the pairs, I said, they're not even worth the money. Just go ahead and get rid of them. If you missed that video, I'll try to link it at the end. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But it's just, I'll never buy something that smells like cigarettes again. It's such a colossal waste of time. I don't care what it's worth. Never doing it again. But this is what we have left. And a lot of this is just waiting for me to test it. And then once that happens, we're going to be slim pickings for things to list. So I have to go source, which is a great problem to have. I love sourcing. But sales, due to the increased volume, are up. So I know not everybody has that option. Not everyone can increase their volume in the store. Not everyone can list more things. But when things are good or bad, that's about the only thing you can do on eBay. You can run sales, you can do all that, but you just got to keep listing. That's what it comes down to. Luckily for us, we've been able to very much increase how much we're listing, and it has really turned things around as far as sales. Let's go ahead and pull orders so I can pack them up, get them to the post office, and actually go do some sourcing. Maybe I'll add this into this video. One more note. Not sure, because Jen has to be in here to work. She's not super happy about being on camera, because that means she's got to get up, do her makeup, where normally, you get your cup of coffee in your pajamas and you walk out in the garage and go to work. But for her, she wants to, whatever. That's for her to do. So we'll get that figured out. And then also, I'm not going to ship every day, but I will be packing every day. I'm going to start packing orders as they come in. That's what I was doing before I had a YouTube channel. That's what I was doing when I wasn't making videos for a week. And it's so much easier. It's so much smoother. Just an order comes in, I pull it off the shelf, I pack it up, I put it in the pile. I go to the post office when I feel like it. It's so much easier. So I don't know how that's going to work out in videos. We'll find out together. But we had an extended weekend, so I got like 17 orders to pack up. So that's not an issue for this video. That's something to deal with at another time. So let's go ahead and pull orders. All right, first thing going out on top is Nike Air Max 720. Is this one here. And these are very flashy looking, but not my style at all. Those right there, I think I sent out an offer. I had ran a sale over the weekend, $90 plus shipping. And I don't know about anybody else, but the new holiday threw me off very much. I was very confused. Like, why isn't there shipping? But this is the first year that's a national holiday. Juneteenth's a national holiday. So I had to look it up. I'm like, why am I not shipping today? That was why. So next thing going out on A1 Revere Wear 9-inch A1, I think is this one, but I will of course have to measure to double check. And for that lid, $13.99 free shipping. Next thing going out on B3A is a Russ Troll Good Luck. And it's this rainbow-haired fella right there. And for that troll, which I finally got all of the trolls listed. I don't know, I got mostly through them and then got burnt out or switched to better stuff, whatever it was, but eventually got them all listed. $9.39 free shipping for that. And then next up, went back and forth with this buyer. It is Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. This one right here. And this was a very interesting version because this album, it's an original printing, but normally there's a pentagram on the front of it. So I think they printed the one with the pentagram, and I think they printed a version where it was like more of the family-friendly cover is my guess, but I'm not positive on that. But for that one right there, $45 free shipping. And they left me a note. Thank you. You are welcome. They're not a viewer probably, but... And next up, C1 Disney Aladdin puzzle. Oh, of course, I put a bunch of stuff piled on top of it. Okay, it is this right here, movie poster puzzle for Aladdin. And I did put that together to make sure all the pieces were there. $17.99 plus shipping for that. Got it at the Salvation Army, probably paid around $3. Next up, hope I have one. I should have brought more from storage. It is on C3. It's a Treasure Garden CP90. Treasure Garden CP902, I think is exactly the number. CP902, I will have to grab more of those. They're actually selling pretty good, but the other versions I have, not so much. So maybe I'll go in and price adjust those a little bit, because 'tis the season to sell fire pit covers and outdoor chair covers and umbrella covers and things like that. So $22.49 plus shipping. Next thing going out, C1A is a selfie stick. C1A. Right here, it is a selfie stick. My sister actually gave this to me when I first started my YouTube channel, because for about 3 videos, I used my phone, 4 videos, something like that. And then I bought a GoPro. So I never ended up using it. $7.99 free shipping for that. And then next up, listed a ton of Mary Kay stuff. It's doing great. I'm very pleased with it. B3C is Ivory 204. B3C. Oh, luckily it's in this one. It's easy to find. Ivory 204. I don't know anything about makeup. I do know what a model number and a part number is, though. So very easy to look up. Very easy to list. I did mess up on one of the very first ones I did. It was like a matte finish and it needed to be a glossy finish. I don't know how makeup works. But it was like the very cheapest one out of all of them. I think $7.99 free shipping. And they messaged me, said, refund me or send me the right one. End of message. Exactly like that. Rude. Then left negative feedback. Refund my money or send me the right one. This was all within seconds of each other, because by the time my phone makes a message, I open it, I look at it, I look at the listing to double check, because there's scammers out in the world. I see that I had made a mistake, and then I refunded her full money. And that took 2 minutes. But in that 2 minutes, she had sent me the threatening message, and you left me negative feedback with the same exact message. So they didn't even allow me 5 minutes to respond. And I said, oh, sorry, my mistake. I'll refund you in full. You know, here's your money. End of story. But they decided they wanted to be mean. Like it was the end of the world. But it was a $7.99 free shipping item. Like even if I was just a scumbag seller and I just ghosted them, was like, no, deal with it yourself. It's $7.99. People are the worst. I haven't double checked, but I will get that negative feedback removed. I refunded them. So there's nothing for there to be negative feedback for. I don't know why that's not automated for eBay, where if I refund you, it just goes away. I still had to like fill out the thing. Actually, let me check. I'm here. Why not? And it doesn't affect me. I'll go into more detail on that maybe in the next video, but a negative feedback at this point doesn't affect me because I have so few, and it is not removed yet. So now I have to take extra steps, which I probably won't do because it would take an hour of my life, and that's not worth it. But for that Mary Kay, on a brighter note, $29.99 free shipping. Very pleased. Next thing up, A3 Sizzix Tom Holtz. A3, well, I need more information than that. Sizzix Tom Holtz clock. Sizzix A123 Tom Holtz clock. That is not A3. That is on B3. Ooh, Jen's gonna get fired. And it is this one, I think, but they do have model numbers, so I'll double check. I don't know what these are. I have no clue. That Biggs Die something. It's like it's some type of crafting supply of some kind. I don't know. I picked one up at a garage sale. I looked it up and I went, oh, these are worth money. I'm gonna get all of them. For this one right here, $14.99 free shipping, and it is 657190. That is the correct one. But yeah, I have no clue what those are. Stamps, maybe? Who knows? Next thing going out, B2B is a Mary Kay Beige 302. B2B. There we go. Beige 302. Make sure I don't mix these up when I ship them. That would be awesome. But for the Beige 302, either on sale, offer, something like that, $28.79 free shipping. Next thing going out, it's a book. Ford F100, F150, I think it's a Chilton. Yeah, Chilton manual. And this one is, as far as Chilton manuals go, this is minty fresh, minty clean. So this I actually got to charge a premium on. This is not normal for these type of things. $14.99 is probably your usual amount of money for a Chilton manual. But for that one, took an offer, $26.99 free shipping. I think I had it listed $29.99, but it sold the day I listed it, so $26.99 is I'm happy. I'm good. And then note from buyer. Item ID 3849, buyer's vehicle 19. I don't know what they put there. Some gobbledygook, maybe a drop shipper. I have no idea what happened there. But it's letters and numbers. Next thing going out, it's a book. Granny's Wonderful Chair. Granny's Wonderful Chair. Right here. And I listed this one, I think, just a couple days ago. That sold pretty fast. And for that one, $9.99 free shipping. Next thing going out. These don't have a spot yet because I have to clean a tote to put them in, and they will have their own special spot. But it's a hat. University of North Carolina. They're currently just sitting over here with the shoes, but I have a tote specifically that I'm going to start putting hats in now that we're getting more hats in the store, and it's this one right here. Pretty cool. I picked up, I don't know, 10 hats, 10 vintage hats. Some of them were very cool. I'll give you a peek at them. This Michigan State corduroy one. There's a Pistons corduroy one. And then this one is my favorite. I think it's a ripoff, but it's so cool. It's like a members only jacket, hat, but it's unbranded. There were no comps to be found. So I'm guessing maybe like a local t-shirt or hat shop in the vacation town 15 minutes from me just made it illegally. Well, I guess technically it wouldn't be illegal because it's not a brand. You're just writing Michigan. University of Michigan doesn't own the colors blue and gold, so navy and gold or whatever they want to be specific about it. So I don't think there's any issues with that. I don't know, but I think it's very cool looking because it's got that members only look. I think it's cool. But for the hat that did sell, $18.99 free shipping. Next thing going out, Mary Kay. Ooh, looks like they bought 2 of them. Did they buy 2 of them? Let me double check here. They did. They bought 2 of them. That is awesome. B2C is Mary Kay Bronze 5. B2C. And I did, think a little ahead and had all the names displayed out so I could see. Bronze 5. Right here. And for the pair of those, it came out to $27.98 free shipping. Like I said, that Mary Kay stuff, listed it all just started selling immediately. Very happy. And then next thing up on B3C is a Kodak camera. B3C right here. It's a new bucket, so it was confusing me. And this one, we put batteries in it. It seemed like it was working. Well, we didn't put batteries in it. It has like its own proprietary battery, but we didn't have a charger, but it wound kind of, or it attempted to wind. But no matter what, I'm not messing with the risks with cameras. So we put untested, is what it is, price it low, $19.99 plus shipping. I'm okay with that for sure. And then next thing up on A2, green uranium glass, Vaseline glass, whatever you want to call it, glow in the dark, glow in black light glass, juicer. And this one right here, $9.99 plus shipping. And I'm a little surprised because it has a chip here and a chip there and a chip there. We did list it cheaper because of the chips, but I still expected maybe an offer. But either way, $9.99 plus shipping. I paid, I think, 25 cents for it. Might have been $1, but I think it was 25 cents. It would have been in a video just recently. And then this one's funny. It just came in on A1, Louisville Slugger something baseball glove. It is a 125 series Louisville Slugger baseball glove. And why that's funny is because I simultaneously got notifications that it sold and a message from somebody about the item. And the message, well, it couldn't have been simultaneous. The message came first, but within a second of each other. The message comes in, it says, hey, if you shoot me an offer for 20 bucks, I'll accept. And then it sold. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry. It sold for full price. Better luck next time. That's not what I wrote, but that's how I felt about it. Don't be so cheap. You would have got your glove, but instead it sold full price, $24.99, free shipping. Very happy about that. Paid $1. And I'll show you right here. This is what I'm talking about. As I'm talking to you, as I'm pulling orders, there are drafts ready for me to check and list. The wheels keep churning even though I'm not doing it. It's a beautiful thing. And I had a newer viewer. I'm not going to pull it up, but they were saying, you know, like, does it work selling these smaller, cheaper items stuff? And it's not all I sell, but yes, it does. Because the point of what I was trying to convey back to them is the amount of time it will take me to pack up everything here, everything on this table, is the same amount of time it would take me to pack up this Pioneer. I was stuck on it for a while, like, because you get that sale, and it's, you know, $250, and you're like, yes, big sale, which is great. But then when it comes down to it, when you do the math of how much time it takes you to test it, clean it, list it, pack it, if there's an issue, it's a huge loss. Whereas if 2 of these items are returns, it's not a problem, not a big deal. And they won't be, because what could happen? It's a book. It does not break in shipping. This is impossible to break. This thing, not going to break, not going to break. Not going to break. Not going to break. Impossible to break. This is the only thing that has somewhat chance, even a little bit. But because it is small, it's not a problem. Because I could put a gajillion amount of bubble wrap and packing paper in a 1339, and it wouldn't cost me any more to ship it because the weight added would be nothing. I get what he was saying. I was in that same boat. And that was because it was like big. It's a big ticket item. You know, you flip that one and you're like, okay, it's great. But as soon as I started getting more volume, because now we're creeping up, you know, we'll hit, hopefully by the end of the month, we'll hit 1,000 items in the store. But that depends on how good I can source over the next week and a half. It started to go that way slowly on its own. But once I actually sat down and did the math of how long everything takes, how much things cost, storage of packing material, storage of big boxes, whereas the rest of my storage for all my shipping supplies is right here. Everything I need, every box, every poly bag, every envelope is here, except for my bubble wrap, which is currently on this shelf. But what's going to happen is I'm going to mount some type of pole where it's right above my head. And then that's also right here. It's slowly migrated that way. And then once I actually dove into the analytics of how much time I was spending, it just wasn't worth it anymore. I still, if the profits are there, if it's high end, I made a mistake the other day. I bought 2 VCRs. They were $4 a piece. The one is listed for $35 plus shipping, and the other one's a nicer one. It's one of these Panasonic with the blue, one of the Omnivisions with the blue bar here. I'll pick these up always because they're just a good seller. They're a quick flip, a good seller. The rest of it is just it's the juice isn't worth the squeeze. And that's the beauty about eBay. If you think it is, then continue to do it. I won't be competition. And I still sometimes pick stuff up. I got this Sony radio I have to test. But that's the other thing. Now I have to test this thing. And this Christmas thing I've been needing to test forever. And that VCR DVD combo that's in that box that I've needed to test forever. And these Wii's that I've needed to test forever. The time it takes me to test them, I could list many more things. And so until I need to test that thing and need to list that thing, they just get pushed aside. Because I could just churn stuff out. It's your store to decide how you work yours. This is how I work mine. And that's how I got to that decision of smaller items, the less breakable items. That's how I got to that decision, was time and effort. It just wasn't worth it anymore. And I'm still struggling to stop myself completely, but eventually I'll get there. It needs to start being in that high range. 150 plus profit. Plus probably close to that $200 profit. If not, I need to just stop. It's a problem, but I'm getting better. I'm getting much better. All right, so I took the packages, came back. Jen's been working on these very cool looking vintage and antique locks. I'm excited to see how that works out for us. But these are real neat. I like these. I think she was getting bored with the stuff she was listing, which you are aware if you sell stuff on eBay. If you're listing a lot of the same thing over and over again, it gets a little boring. So I think she was excited to move on to something new and interesting. While I was out, I did a little sourcing. I got a pair of snowmobile boots, paid $15. I'll probably get somewhere between 50 and 75 for them, hoping closer to the 75. And then this bag of, it's like Angry Birds, the game, I guess. And it's got a bunch of characters with it. And then there was another bag that they had separated out. For some reason, I don't know, maybe it was just because it has other stuff. It was probably at the bottom of a barrel, and they're like, oh yeah, this goes together, sure. So either way, I paid $3.59 and $2.39, it's about $6 for all that. That'll end up just a big throw it on the table lot. If I got $50 plus shipping, that would be amazing. So I'm not sure what that's even worth. I just saw volume, and I went, that's worth more than what they're asking for it. And then what else did I get? Oh, I got this shoe or boot. It is a Sexton. I couldn't find this exact one, but the reason I got it for $3.59 is because when I was trying to look that one up, trying to comp it, there was, which you should put it on your radar, SEXTON, wall hangings or wall art. Sort by most expensive. It'll be easy to see them, but there's a set of cats. There's 3 cats. They look basically exactly the same, different sizes, and I want to say they were going for like $200. 150 to 250, somewhere in that range. So definitely something to put on the radar. That boot is not worth that, but I'm thinking probably, you know, $19.99 plus shipping, $24.99 plus shipping. That's still okay with me, but I will be looking for those cats definitely going forward. And I guess while I'm thinking of it, of things to look out for, I'd listed a book lot of the book Animorphs, which, if you're my age, there was a show that also was Animorphs, and the books were popular around that like Goosebumps era. I'll put it on the screen. They're just like every other, you know, middle-of-the-road children's book. You put them in a lot because they're not worth anything. But there was one specifically, have no idea why. I think it had a duck, because Animorphs, the gist of it is people turn into animals. You morph into an animal, and here we go, like this one, it's easier to see. The person morphs into an animal. There was one where he changes into a duck, and for some reason that one's worth a lot of money. So like I said, I'll put that on the screen. Oh, and then I was thinking, there must be something else. I know I got something else, but it was a little trash can for Michael's room, so that doesn't really matter. But that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.